Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Evan. I created this channel to talk about all things nursing and travel nursing and everything in between. And this week I want to go ahead and show you, like I promised earlier, I don't know if you watched my We Moved to California vlog, my weekly vlog, I guess. I'll go ahead and pop it up right here for you. But I promised I would show you our living situation as travel nurses. On that vlog, I mentioned that we were staying in a rented room on a property and that below was a apartment, basically. So there were tenants in that apartment and they moved out, so we moved in. And I wanted to go ahead and show you everything that we packed and brought and what we thought was essential that fit everything two adults and a cat would need for 3 months. I thought I'd go ahead and give you an apartment tour at the same time and show you what we brought. So before we get started, I want to go ahead and remind you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the bell button and leave a comment and let me know what you think and if there's anything I missed or anything you want to see in the weeks to come. But my goal is to show you the ins and outs of travel nursing from start to finish, rain or shine. Don't forget to find me on Instagram. My name is Operation Evan, just like it is here in this channel. I post daily. I ask for your feedback and comments a lot. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing I want to show you is the kitchen. So there's an entryway from over there, little dining room area over here, but for 2 people, we don't use it. But here is Bert's litter box. He has, I know it's kind of like a spoiled system. We have like a little diaper genie for cats. You don't need this excessive large clunky box, but that's what we have for him. And this is our kitchen. Beautiful island. We found this apartment on Furnished Finder. I'll link it at the bottom below, and I mentioned it in earlier videos, but I'll go ahead and link it again. And yeah, so the things we brought, all of these. So when I say Furnished Finder means it is fully furnished. The only thing we brought in this kitchen, I'll point out, but everything else was already here. That makes sense. So we brought a popcorn maker. That's probably the only electronic that we brought, but everything else was provided, including like pots, pans, baking essentials, towels. Spices weren't brought, so we brought our spices. But the cool part about Furnished Finder is that all utilities are included. So water, electricity, gas, etc., covered. So everything in this kitchen was provided. The only thing we brought were like, I brought this French press. Todd brought some like workout shakers and we brought water bottles. I brought a glass measuring cup because I wasn't sure how, like if there was like a kettle here, if I could heat up water that way. If not, I can always just put it in this super tiny microwave. But I brought that boy right there. And also brought a NutriBullet because we like making smoothies and blending up our food, and seemed it would be a bit excessive for the host to have something like that. So we brought that. I wouldn't say it's essential, but it's just something we use frequently. But everything else as far as like glasses, plates, mugs, everything she brought, or she has. It does have a dishwasher, but we don't use it because it looks questionable on the inside. We did bring this drying rack, which has been helpful whenever we were even staying upstairs in the one room, or if you're staying in a hotel, if you're staying in some place that's not fully equipped for like a kitchenette or whatever. That I can try and link below. We've had it for a long time and it's really helpful because it stays flat and rolls out really well to do the job. So yeah. Moving on. We brought a cat window perch that just hangs on by suction cups. Can withstand a lot of weight. We have a 13-pound cat and it does great. It lays flat. It is great compartmentally, I guess. We brought Bert's feeder, which I know this looks bougie because a lot of people are like, why would you have an automated feeder? Because, and I will justify this well here, we as travelers, aside from working long hours, work our 3/12s in a row. So we're not home very often on our work days, but as travelers, we go out and explore areas around us. Sometimes that means staying overnight in those areas surrounding us, and we want to make sure he is fed and taken care of. So that means an automated feeder for us. It's not necessary for everyone, but it is a reassurance for us. Moving on to the living room. It came with a nice bar top. We did bring a printer. We have learned to bring a printer because we'll often, if we don't, find ourselves looking for an Office Depot or Office Max or something, bringing a thumb drive over there, printing something out, realizing we needed to print more things out, we're spending more money, more time, yada, yada, yada. It isn't that heavy. It didn't take up that much space. I, again, wouldn't say it's an absolute necessity, but we had the space and we learned before that that's something really handy to have. We don't use this living room as much as we use our other room where you can see Todd's like just chilling. But we work out in here. So another thing that we brought that isn't a necessity but is handy, or not handy, is an investment, are these Bowflex weights. So we can do home exercises but not bring multiple different sets of weights. They are very heavy, they are very bulky, but they do get used by us. Moving on into the bedroom. This is a 1-bedroom, 1-bath apartment complex. I guess it would be like a mother-in-law suite, like an equivalent of a mother-in-law suite. It does great. Like, I mean, a studio would work great for us. So this is even more spacious than we need, but I'm glad we found it. Our bedroom is nothing special. These are the totes we brought everything in. They're all compiled and stacked together, but we brought a total of 4 totes. We did bring our own bedding because of this one right here. It's not the most coordinated, so when he jumps up from the floor to the top of the bed, he often digs his claws in, and I don't want to ruin their provided linens because of him. So we brought our own comforter, which is excessive and you don't need to do, but it is a pet friendly place. Our landlord is very sweet and understanding, but I just don't want to push it. And it feels a little homier to bring your own linens, if that makes sense. So just knowing, like, I don't know how sanitary this place is, or like it feels a little grimy, or I just want to feel like I'm home, just a set of sheets. It doesn't take up much room, especially if you use your space saver bags. But the other thing I would say we brought for Bert, because we're gone often, is his toys. He brought a cat scratcher to make sure he doesn't mess things up. He brought just like a couple of balls and mice, and it seems to be doing the job, as well as his perch. But the other thing I wanted to address, we brought an entire tote of camping things. I'm not even gonna open it and unravel it to show you. Basically, the gist of the things that we brought include a sleeping bag, tent, jet boil, a couple of plates with like the spoons attached, brought a couple lawn chairs, and we just intend to camp. And so that's why we brought it. Otherwise, if we were living in some place like that just wasn't camp friendly, we would avoid it and not bring it. So I'm not even gonna open that up. But that's what's in there. And up top, it's just extra miscellaneous things that we can't find a place to put right now, honestly. So like outdoorsy stuff like helmets, paddle balls, like frisbees, and this is a kettle. If I actually was smart enough to bring the base to make this electric kettle work, it would have been great, but I'm stupid and packed it in something else in storage. So now I just have a glass kettle, and I'm using that Pyrex thing, to heat up my water like an idiot, because I don't want to get another kettle. We're just in the 1 bath now. The other linens that we brought are just our towels, because we are in California and we weren't sure if we were going to go to a beach or just get nasty and dirty and didn't want to ruin her towels, or just find that comfort in having her own things. So these are our towels, but she did provide literally everything we could need. This is our closet. There was nothing that great about it, but she did provide all linens, all towels, everything we could possibly need. Clothing wise, packing, we kept it to a minimum. We brought fancy shoes, tennis shoes, sandals, and like that is it. And those were shoes that we can create all kinds of different outfits with. So like, if you haven't researched capsule wardrobes or just like minimalist wardrobes, and mixing and matching your things, finding how they all work together, I would highly suggest doing that before jumping in. That way you're not overpacking. And honestly, I don't know. Initially, when we first unpacked, I thought I brought a lot of clothes, or I brought too many clothes. And then we went to Lake Tahoe last week, hence the sunburn you probably can't even see. It's getting a little better. But we went to Lake Tahoe, and the day we left, it was 29, 30 degrees. So I was glad that I brought warm clothes in addition to like summer clothes. I would just suggest that when it comes to packing for whatever area you're in. So if you know you're going to a sunny area, of course you're gonna pack things meant for the summer, but don't completely exclude those random cold days. Or if you go camping or hiking and wish you had brought just a, I don't know, a sweater or like longer leggings or anything like that. Or a beanie. I had a beanie over the weekend at Lake Tahoe, and I'm so glad I brought it. Bath essentials that we brought, we honestly didn't bring that much. We just brought like the essentials basically but oh, I wanted to mention these Quip toothbrushes have been really handy everywhere we go. It's like a suction cup on the back of them. It's a suction cup. So it's not like an adhesive where it doesn't re-stick. So they're really nice to bring everywhere you go and know you're not going to set it down on some iffy surface area. The last thing I want to show is this Space Saver bag. I think we got one that was too huge and they almost never hold their seal, but it did really help to put like all of our linens and stuff and cold bulky sweaters in that, and then the remainder of our clothes in just a suitcase. And again, I'll mention it one more time, these Space Saver bags are great. They were great to go pack things up really quickly for just like a weekend trip in the midst of traveling. Loved it. And we also have just a basket of meds. You need to bring ibuprofen with you, if you need to bring ointments with you, like Neosporin, if you need to bring like all those things that you know eventually you'll need, but you don't want to go out and get it as soon as you move. And that's the other thing I'll mention we tried to do our best with, is trying to shop and prepare before your move here, because I can guarantee you you're going to expand your shit a lot more by the end of your 13 weeks, because who's not gonna buy that sweater from Sequoia something national park? Like, you know you're gonna come out with touristy tchotchkes. So if you pack more minimalist coming up, you should be fine leaving. Go shopping before arriving for the things you know you're going to need. Things that you don't think of needing often include bathroom essentials. You know you're gonna need toilet paper. Sometimes there's a remainder of a roll there. You know you're gonna need more. There's a turkey on our front porch. Oh shit. Things you need to shop for before arriving. Shampoo, conditioner, body soap. It's very easy to say like, I'll get that when I get there, but in the midst of moving all of your things in and settling into a whole new environment, it is nicer to know I don't have to go find that Walmart right at this second. Eventually you'll need groceries, yes, but you can get by the first day if you need to just like come down from being in the car for that long and then get some takeout and enjoy your new space. I will wrap it up here. I don't think we truly brought a lot for 2 people and a cat. So imagine just like one person alone, or if you're tag teaming it with a friend, you can really minimalize it and fit it all in a car. Or if you have like one of those car toppers, even better. So I will wrap it up here and say see you next week. Don't forget to hit subscribe and leave a comment down below if you have any questions on things that I didn't talk about here. If you feel like there were things that you brought to your assignment that were really helpful that could help other people, leave a comment below and let them know. I really want to hear from you guys, and what more do you want to see? I will see you next week. Bye.